Man, I'm fired up. So excited to be here. I'm so excited for what's coming to our team. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm so grateful for the friendship that we have and the mentors that we have. I came to US in 1999 and I didn't speak a word of English. So if you said hello to me, I'd be like 2 thumbs up. And my first job was working a car wash, and then I upgraded it from there to a gas station. And they started learning a little of English. And then everybody said, hey, if you want to become successful, you got to go to school and get a degree. And we all know that's a lie by right now. I guess you got that part. So, but I didn't know anything better, so I ended up going to school. I went to USC, and I became a civil engineer. I ended up working for a big, huge engineering company, but very shortly, I ended up not liking it, and I hated having a boss and limited income. So I was looking for something else. And I want to tell you this, something happened during that time. I was in a relationship, and I went to a very bad breakup. And I thought, man, the world's coming to the end. And I thought, man, this can't get any worse than this. And because of that, I was listening to a radio. The reason I'm telling you this, I want you to think about this. Something happened in your life. Something happened, that's why you're here. Okay, there's a specific moment that if that thing would have not happened, you would have not be here. So I want you to know, if you're here right now, you're meant to be here in this room. I listened to a radio that day, and that radio was talking about a self-improvement seminar. Because I was going through that tough time, and see, at the time you're going through it, you don't know it. But because I was going through it, I ended up calling the number. I went to this self-improvement seminar. I saw somebody was prospecting somebody else, and I didn't know either one of them. And I went to talk to the guy and said, can I come to this thing you're talking about? He's like, what are you doing on Tuesday night? And that changed my life. Now, I didn't change it actually for the better in the beginning. Let me tell you this. So, I came into business in the first couple of months, it was awesome. After that, man, everything went just like this. I'm telling you, I was 26 years old. I was single. I didn't know a single person who was married. There was an hour-and-a-half drive to the office. I took my test 3 times, my security test. I failed 3 times. And I quit my job before that too early. And so I couldn't really make any money. And so everything was going bad. And then at that same time, my SMD quit. He looked at me and another guy in his base shop, and he's like, these 2 guys are not going to do anything, so I'm out of here. So he went to a different company. He got $1 million rollover. He went to a different company to roll over in a different company. Is that crazy? To make a little bit more money. Stupid, right? So anyway, he left. I had to pay $13.50 as rent as a senior associate. So then I had 2 houses, and then this is 2008, and then the market went down, and I lost the houses, and I ran out of money, like everything. And I remember my parents are here. I'm so grateful that they're here, and they took us to this country. But by the way, at that time, they were completely negative. By the way, if there's negative people in your life, you need to distance yourself from them, even if you love them and they're the reason you're doing this for. So I had to, I always made sure I go home after their sleep. But I was so broke. My dad had this huge jar of pennies. Now he knows what happened to those pennies. So every time he would leave, I would just go there and I put little pennies, and I would get like $10 worth of pennies, and I walked like this, like literally. And you have to go to 3 gas stations, by the way, you guys. You can't give $10 worth of penny to 1 gas station. They don't take it. It's too much money. So, and I would go there and I put a little bit of gas in there, and I'll go do appointments. So everybody was like, hey, why don't you quit? And I want you guys to know this. I learned this from the great John Pham. He said, you know what? There's 2 things. There's intelligence, and then there's the thinking that guides your intelligence. See, intelligence are smart people, and it's so hard for a freaking smart person to win, especially in this business, because they're always thinking. But the thinking that guides your intelligence is common sense. So when people tell me, why didn't you quit? I don't know if you saw this with all these speakers that were up here. A lot of them, they've been here 10 years. And they say that whatever you want to do, you got to look at somebody who's been doing it for 10 years, and you got to look at their life and see that's a life that you want to have. And when I looked at any engineer for their life, 10, 20 years they've been an engineer, I hated their life. It was average. They had a little car and a little house, and I hated it. And I looked at every single person in WFG who's been here over 10 years, and I looked at their life, and it was a freaking dream lifestyle. They just had time, and they had money, they had it all. So I said, man, that's what I want, and that's why I didn't quit. And I want to leave you with this thing, and I want you to know there's a lot of things you're going to get out of this convention, but this is definitely, I guarantee it, you talk to every great leader, and they will tell you, yes, this is it. Number one thing, the decision you got to make is to never miss a BPM. Never. All the leaders know this. Never, ever miss a BPM. Michael Coleman told me a story. He says, Kash, if I would tell you that, hey, you got to deliver this cake every morning for 365 days at 10 a.m., you have to deliver this cake to this family. And if you deliver it, every day, you can't be late, you can't miss a day, but as long as you do it every single day, we're going to give you $1 million. Will you do it? How many of you guys will do it? All right, good. So I said, yeah, I would do it. So, but you can't make any excuses. You can't use your family, you can't use your faith, and you cannot use your health as an excuse. For example, let's say you're so sick. You're so sick. Now, would you say, you know what, I'm just not going to go deliver the cake today? Or would you use some common sense or the thinking that guides your intelligence, and you say, you know what, hey, buddy, can you drive me here? I'm so sick. I still need to go deliver the cake. Which one? How many of you guys would still deliver the cake? Okay. Now, how about if your kid is sick that day? He has a bad flu. Would you use your kids as an excuse why not to go and not deliver the cake? Or would you use them as a reason to go deliver the cake? And you say, you know what? I want to send my kids to the best schools. I want them to have the dream lifestyle. So I'm going to make the sacrifice and go deliver the cake. How many of you guys would say that? And I'm telling you, in this business, you got to go to 365 BPMs. Every Tuesday night, every Saturday morning. You miss one, it starts again. Okay? Listen to me, 365 BPMs. And I guarantee you, if you go to 365 BPM and you never miss one, by that time you've made $1 million in WFG. And all the leaders will tell you this. I'm telling you, this is 100% fact right here. So, you got to make a big, huge decision. Huge decision that you're never going to miss a meeting, never miss a BPM. Your kids have soccer on Saturday? Not anymore. Okay? You're not going to use that as a freaking excuse. Don't tell me that, you guys. I'm telling you this to my team right now, okay? Don't ever freaking tell me that you got something. You're sick, that's the day you show up. And I'm going to tell you this and end it with this. Hey, you want big results? You got to do what? Make big freaking decision. And that's one of the decisions you got to make, that you never miss a BPM. See you guys at the top.